super fun. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, will you go watch it now that you've seen how funny the show is? Right? It's so funny.
The person who voiced Kyosuke cuss a lot.
Yeah, that's our friend Marianne Miller. She's just that way. But yeah, she was an awesome Kyosuke though. She really sounds like a little boy. Like, I'm very surprised. But yeah. She's married to, do you guys know Little Karibo? Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, he's like awesome. They're super nice people. I see a lot of you are happy about that. Yeah. I mean, I know the show's really sad, but we had a lot of fun making it, as you can see. Yeah?
Have you ever watched anything else by Uraboki Gen or Akiyuki Shinbo?
I don't think I have. If you name some shows, maybe I'll know.
Bakemonogatari, Psychopath.
I've seen a little of Bakemonogatari. I think, is that the one with the twins, or is that Nisei Mono?
That's Nisei.
Nisei? Okay. Someone told me I should be one of the twins or something, if they ever dub it.
They probably won't.
Yeah. Who wants a prize? This is what I do on the downtime. Okay. What question should I ask? Yeah? Oh yeah. I will save that. Let me see. What is Kyoko Sakura's dad's occupation? Who is it? Yeah. I should have brought a lot more prizes. You could have just made this a prize-giving panel. I saved the best ones for last. At least I think they're the best. My favorite witch is Charlotte, so I really wanted that iPhone case, but I'm going to give it to you guys.
Oh.
What did you guys think about the art in the show?
It's very interesting. My friend didn't like it though.
No? I thought it was really cool. Like, my favorite parts are the labyrinths. They're so intricate and crazy, and each one is like very different, and they all have their theme, which is really cool. I really liked I believe it's the school president one. It's like a skirt with like hands coming out of it, and like a bunch of, it's like really weird. And I also, yeah, obviously I like Charlotte's. Yeah.
Is the dub version ever going to be on like cable TV or satellite TV?
It is on TV in Australia.
On a kids channel.
Huh?
On a
kids, yeah, it's like a kids network. Which I think so. Yeah, I went there last year to promote it, so. And like, I'm surprised how far-reaching the show is, but there were a lot of fans out there. Hopefully we didn't traumatize any kids along the way.
The show's gonna be great.
But yeah, I mean, if it showed, like, in America, I think that would be really cool, like on Adult Swim or something. It probably had to be on Adult Swim. I don't think it could be anywhere else, really. Yeah.
Is there a difference doing comedies, since you've done mostly comedies, and then doing real drama?
Yeah, actually, this was my first drama. So before that, I did, K-On! And Squid Girl, which is like all-out comedy. So, I mean, I got to cry a little in K-On!, but this is the first time I had to like be this emotional and serious. But I actually really liked it. I actually enjoyed the crying in the booth for some reason.
Do you like it more?
It's just different. Like, I don't like either one more than the other. Like, sometimes it's nice to have a drama because you like get to flex your acting muscles. But then sometimes it's fun to do a comedy because you just get to go in the booth and act silly and get paid to be silly, and yeah. Yeah? I'm Azusa Nakano. So, Azumyan, for you guys who know. Yeah?
What's your opinion on fish puns?
on fish puns. Like, at first I thought it was very strange, and I'm like, this is gonna be hard, because like every single line I have is a fish ocean pun of some kind. But then after a while, I got so used to doing it that I would put puns where there weren't any. So like, yeah, I would just automatically put them into my head and I would just start talking like that. But yeah, I mean, not like in real life with like people, but
Have you watched anything new this season that's currently airing?
What is new this season? Like, I don't really know the season. I don't follow like the seasons of anime. Like, I usually watch it. I wait until it comes like on Crunchyroll or Hulu or something.
I guess the only 3 notable shows would be Sasami-san, Tamako Market, and probably Chihaya Furu.
I'm excited for Tamako Market. I really want to be in that. I think it's because it looks like Heian.
Would you go for Tamako or?
There's a little girl named Anko, I think.
Oh, right.
Who would be really cute.
Yeah.
And she kind of looks like Azusa. But yeah, I think she's really cute. And then the latest show I watched was Sword Art Online. And that was really good. Yeah. I didn't finish actually, so nobody told me what happens at the end. I've only gotten up to like episodes like 23 or 24 or something. And yeah, so no spoilers for me. Yeah? In Madoka? That is very hard to do, especially on a show like Madoka, because unless you just had like a really good idea, they like the producer, like they want to keep it very close to the Japanese, so it's kind of hard to stray. And they've already adapted it, you know, like we had a really great director who adapted the show, so like we didn't really ad-lib too much. That's more like in comedies, maybe you can do that a little bit more, but on like a show like this, I think that's a little harder.
When you were finished, was there anything you wish you could have gone back and done a little bit differently, or anything you felt didn't really work?
I mean, I really loved how it came out, and we spent so much time on it, and like we took care and tried to get every single line to be the best one that it could possibly be before we moved on. So I'm very happy with how it came out, and with everyone's performances. Everyone did a really good job. Yeah? I said this earlier, but I didn't know when I auditioned. But when I got the role and before I recorded, I watched the show. So, no, I like freaked out. Yeah. Yeah?
Do you have a favorite line?
Well, I really like people have had me sign it on their like posters, but it's like one of her lines towards the end. I think it's like, if there's somebody who doesn't believe in hope, then I'll just tell them they're wrong until they do. Or what's the end? I think it's like, someone is watching you always, or you're never alone, or something like that. It's like, do you guys know the end where she's like walking? I think she says something, like there's like a thing on there. I don't think I actually say it, it just shows up on the screen. It comes on the screen, yeah,
in fancy text.
I really like that little ending. It was cute.
So what shows are you looking forward to dubbing if you or auditioning to?
I mean, the only one I really have not watched, but I'm kind of excited for, is Tamako Market. So hopefully that comes over and I can be in that. But you know, nothing's ever a sure thing. I'm in a new show and a new video game. I can't tell you guys what it is yet, but yeah, you can look out for that. Let's see, how much time do we have left? Let's give out a prize, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give away this Madoka wallet. I've never seen this before, so let's see. What questions should I ask? Can you help me again? So you just pick who it. What comes out of a witch when you kill her?
That one, if you say him again, he's already got a prize.
Oh, yeah. If you have a prize, turn
Yeah.
that to.
If you guys already have
raise
a
your hand.
prize, please don't ask for
Yeah.
more. Okay, let's do this.
Okay, sorry. I had to think of a
Do
new
over.
question. Can anybody name one of the previous magical girls in the flashback where Cube is telling her about all the girls in the past?
That would be the Madoka.
Yeah? Yes. Yeah, I should have brought more prizes. I didn't know this many people were going to come. Somebody told me that they're writing a paper, like they wrote like their thesis on Madoka for college. I guess it's based on like the story of Faust or something like that. I was told that in the recording, but I find that very interesting. I don't know, well, maybe Evangelion has a lot of underlying themes, but like I've never heard of anybody writing a paper on an anime because of its thematic stuff. And, yeah.
Got a question.
Yes? Which scene made me cry the most? It's the one where like I keep dying and Homura has to shoot me. I mean, I didn't have to cry too much for that scene because I'm mostly just busy dying. But yeah, I mean, for myself, I thought that was a very emotional scene. I had to cry a lot when Sayaka died. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like saying spoilers for any new people who have come in. If you want me to stop, just let me know. But yeah. And then for some reason, I found the end very sad. Like I had to not be sad because I was God and stuff, but when I would hear my friend Christina as Homura, it was very like heart-wrenching to me because she was like begging and pleading and crying, and it was just very hard to keep composure. But yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes is when they're in space together talking.
Do you feel that working on a series for so long kind of lowers the satisfaction of it? Like, do you still enjoy it as much once it's your voice in it?
I mean, I really do because it's almost like a whole new thing because there's all the new actors in there, and I'm always curious about the performances of everybody else and how we all sound together. So I find it just as exciting. I keep thinking that's a hand. It's a staff. Oh, sorry, there were two. The kitty girl and, what did you say? Oh, you were? Is that what you were doing too? Okay, you have a question? Madoka, duh. I mean, she's just gonna rewrite the laws and win. So. I mean, I know I love Sakura, but you know, come on. You can't compete with God. Yeah?
Between all the roles that you've done so far, which one would have to be your favorite?
That's really hard. Because I grow attached to all my characters and I love them all in different ways. I think the one that I enjoy the most, is Azusa from K-On! I think it's just because it's so sentimental to me because it's my first role. And I find her very, very cute to play. And she gets to be the straight man, which I don't get to do very often. One sec. You and then you. Yeah? I'm in the lead in Hyperdimension Neptunia Mark II. I play Nepgear. And I'm also in Atelier Meru. I play Kena Sawaya. I believe that's her name. And I'm also Philia from Skullgirls. Yeah. I hope to be in more video games. Well, one is going to come out, so I'll be in that. they remade Cardcaptor Sakura, I'd want to be Sakura. I want to be in, I heard there's a new Sailor Moon anime, and I would die to be in that. Me and my friends were talking about it actually. We're like, oh, who would be who? And they think that I would be a good either Sailor Mercury or the Chibiusa. Yeah, I think I'd like to be her. But then again, it's funny because then I'd be another pink-haired girl with pigtails and magical powers. Huh? I can't hear you, sorry. Oh, yeah. I have a lot of characters, my characters either have pigtails or their hair is animate and it moves. So I don't know if a lot of people can say that they have multiple characters with animate hair. Yeah? Not really. My first role was Azusa in K-On! And there wasn't anything really special that I did. I just kind of, you watch the Japanese and you try to put your own spin on it, and that's pretty much it. I think she's kind of, she's sort of close to my personality. I think she's a little bit more of a stick in the mud sometimes. But yeah, I found playing her very fun and easy.
I apologize if this is a kind of a tricky question. If you were to become a magical girl and then a witch, what sort of theme do you think your maze would have?
Oh, my maze theme? I don't know. Could I have like microphones everywhere? Oh, dude, there'd be so much feedback though. It'd be the worst labyrinth ever. It'd be like, oh god. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe microphones and everything I'm allergic to. So it'd be okay. 15 minutes. Let's give away another prize, shall we? Okay. So this is a half-age figure, and I don't know who is inside it, so that'll be a surprise. And if you want to, open it and tell me, because I'm really curious. Let's see. What is a good question? I can't think. And I can't ask you guys. That would be fair.
What is the date?
Oh, see, I don't even know that. Do you know that?
No. I just
Dang it. It showed up in the video, I think, but I don't remember
I can look it up.
what it was. Oh, I know a tricky one, but I don't know, we'll see if anybody knows. Does anybody know what Madoka's original wish was? Yeah? Sorry, I can't hear you. Oh no, yes, I didn't hear what the
She used to save the life of this black cat.
Yes. Tell me what it is if you open it. I'm going to save the last one for the very end. You got the Eka? Yay!
It's a good.
Do you guys have a favorite magical girl? We say Madoka. Yeah.
Kyoko.
Huh? Kyoko? Huh? Oh, I meant in this show. I think all of them is. Yay!
Mine's a tie between Sayaka for her character development and Tamale because I love her power. How she just Percy and guns.
Oh, I know. That is my favorite power. The whole, that she lifts her skirt and guns come out. I think that's the coolest. I like mine too, the archery thing. I actually used to take archery, so I thought it was a very appropriate weapon for me to have. And it was like that Japanese archery, so the bow is taller than I am. The golf club? That is a good weapon. I would be afraid if someone came swinging at me with a golf club. I love that scene where she's like beating up a metal tank, like barrel thing. Yeah. Her power is really cool too. I don't think Cubey doesn't even know what her power is until like a couple cycles in. Oh, you have a question? Say if I had to pick my weapon or what? I really like the guns. Maybe a mix of. It seems very violent though, but like I know like Homura has like bazookas and things, and then maybe if I could have bazookas and missiles come out of my skirt instead of guns, can I do that? Or can God be a power? Does that count? Because then I don't need the missiles. Yeah.
Have you watched any of the online abridged series of Madoka?
I have not. Is it bad? I'm afraid.
Well, actually, they're pretty funny.
Oh, is there a question? I thought I saw a question here. Or am I wrong? Or just behind you? Yeah? I think I relate to Azusa the most. I think it's just because she's the most normal. All my other characters are very weird and they go through very strange things. Like, it's hard to relate to Squid Girl because I'm not a squid, so. Maybe Shiemi too. Shiemi was really fun. I like how sheltered she is because I got to kind of play her like an alien. So like she doesn't know what things are when she goes into the actual world. So yeah. Either Azusa or Shiemi.
Now, when trying for a character, do they give you any sort of like a motive for the character, or do you just kind of wing it in an audition? Like what you think?
It depends. Sometimes people audition like from home and they don't really get direction, but sometimes you can go into the studio and you'll have a director there to kind of put you in the right direction, and they'll give you the motivation for the character and stuff. So it's helpful when you have a director. Yeah.
Do you watch yourself after you've done a dub, or you just kind of do your work and put it aside?
I buy it, or they give me every DVD that I've been in. I like to watch it. I think it's fun. It's like, I mean, I started out as a fan, so I remember me and my friend, we were watching K-On!, like me and Christina, and we just had this realization. We're like, dude, we're in an anime. This is like crazy town. So yeah, I mean, I really love it. This is like a dream come true for me, so I like to watch the finished product. And I like to see how everyone else sounds and how we all sound together. So, by the way, I love your shirt. That's my favorite comic book. Yeah. Scott Pilgrim. Yeah, I love it so hard. Yeah.
Did you ever watch any of the series with any of the other cast members?
Oh, with them?
Yeah.
I don't think I did. We all watched it separately, at least in the beginning. I mean, I watched the movie with the cast members, if that counts. But yeah. And it's funny because when we watched the movie, we would laugh at inappropriate parts because we just remember the bloopers. Like the part where the nurse comes in. Like, that's not a funny part, but me and my friends were like, she's gonna say something. But yeah. So, that was really fun to see that with everybody. I don't know, that's hard. Well, I've been taking singing lessons for a lot of my life, so maybe something with music, and also my degree used to be in art, so maybe something with that. I like to paint.
You said you like to sort it online. If you could play any character from that series, who would you want to play?
I don't know. I mean, everyone's kind of a one-shot, a little bit. They kind of have their episode and they come and go. I really liked the character Yui. She was very cute. I think I liked Silica, Yui, and Asuna, of course. She was really awesome. The character designs in that show are really cool.
So before you started voice acting, you said you were a fan. What would you say your top favorite anime was at that time?
When I was a fan? I mean, I still am a fan.
Before you started working.
Before I started?
So that excludes what you were
Oh,
working
that's so
on.
hard. Well, like I said, I really like Cardcaptor Sakura, but that's kind of a sentimental reason because that was one of my first ones. It was like the first time I knew what anime was exactly because I watched Sailor Moon, but I thought that was just cartoons when I was a kid. So, I also really like. Do you guys know Maho Sky Tai? It's called the Magic Users Club. Yeah, it's kind of old. And Battle Athletes is one of my favorite ones. That's kind of old too, though. And I really liked Oraka 7. That was a really good show. I never finished it though. I got to the last disc and didn't finish.
It's still on Adult Swim, but it won't be on till next week.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Cool. And I heard there's a movie too. I heard I don't have to finish the series to watch the movie, but
It's very different, you know?
yeah.
I actually got to see it in the theater, but there's only like 10 people in the
Oh,
theater
yeah.
to see it, so like, I don't think it's promoted well.
Yeah, I read the manga. I don't know how the movie goes, but yeah.
And there's even novels too.
Yeah. That was a really well thought out show.
And there's a new version that Funimation's got the rights to.
Really?
Yeah. It's called Oreka 7 AO Astral Ocean.
Oh wow. I've never heard of that.
It's fairly new. It's already aired in Japan, but you can probably watch it on Funimation's website.
I have really bad internet, so it's very hard for me to stream. I sit there waiting through like buffering for 30 minutes before I can watch like 2 minutes of actual show. Oh, 5 minutes, guys. I'm gonna let's take 3 more questions and then I'm gonna give out the last prize. So, question number 1.
So, how good is the salary when it comes to voice acting?
I probably shouldn't talk about that. It depends on what you do. If you're in the union, there's a set rate, but yeah, I get by. It's my only job, so. Oh, did someone? No.
Do you have any voice acting idols, like anyone you really like with their work?
Oh, that's who did I grow up listening to? Kari Wahlgren, I love Tara Strong. Wendy Lee, who I got to work with a lot. She's very sweet. Let's see. Bridget Hoffman, Steve Bloom, Tony Oliver, Kylie Bear. Did you that card? No, I've worked with all of them, and they're very, very nice, and I look up to them highly.
Is there any anime you've seen and by the end you wish you hadn't seen it?
See, I don't know if any of you guys know this about me, but I cannot stand horror. Horror, I went to, it's kind of off topic, but I went to Universal Studios with Christina for the first time during the Halloween, horror nights thing. And I've never been to a theme park that would, when it's, Halloween themed like that. And I had broken my toe the day before, so they wheeled me around in a wheelchair. And I thought, oh, maybe they'll leave me alone because I'm in the wheelchair and they'll feel bad. I'm like, no, I'm like a sitting duck. And they just, and I cried first 5 minutes into the park because there were clowns with chainsaws hacking at my wheelchair and they would put it into the holes. And they wouldn't leave me until I screamed. I tried just to ignore them. Okay, I forgot what I was going to say. This is going somewhere. I have seen clips of Higurashi when the ghosts cry or when
they cry?
Yeah, when they cry. And I cannot stand it. It's the freakiest thing I've ever seen. The little girls that they kill thing. I don't know. So and I heard there's a scene with nail ripping out stuff and I can't take it. So I kind of wish that show was in
Best show ever.
Is that the third question? I think it was.
Yes.
So how much time do we have? We have 3 minutes. So the last prize, I say the last just because it's my favorite prize, is the Charlotte iPhone case. Who has iPhones? Okay, so I'm assuming you guys are the only people who are gonna, unless you guys want an iPhone case without an iPhone. Let's see. That's a good question. What is Gilbert Star? Hey, whisper it.
Oh, really?
Okay, that's a good question. So I didn't know that. What is Kyoko Sakura's power?
Maybe I should make up questions.
I know. That was a good one. Nobody knows.
She gets a case.
She gets an iPhone case.
Oh, did you raise your hand? Sorry, I can't hear you. One second. Oh, that's her weapon, not her power.
I'm not to get a prize, but isn't it something to do with? Doesn't it have something to do with chains in general?
No. But it's like
Specific. Why, like how
don't really
she
get
does
to
it.
see it.
Yeah?
To paralyze people. No.
Yeah.
That self-destruct thing, like
No. Yeah?
It would have to be her red barrier that she puts up.
No. I mean, you guys are getting close.
you're getting there, yeah.
Yeah? This is too hard of a question.
Yeah.
Maybe I should pick a different question. You guys want to know the answer? She has the power of illusion.
She can't use it because she turned her back on what she was supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So she can't use it anymore.
But she did have that
She
power.
has power.
Let's see. Does anybody know why Mommy made her wish? I think I saw the Mommy first, right? What did you see?
It's one of those.
Oh, I'm gonna fix this.
She was in a car accident and probably had to die.
Yes, that's right.
It's funny, Mommy wanted.
I'm out of prizes. Who wants my cell phone? Oh, I'm actually out of time. Oh, well, thank you guys so much for coming. If you guys want to see me later, I think I'm doing signings later on at 6:30, and then I'm doing a video game voice acting panel with Kyle Haybear later on tonight. So hope to see you guys there.
Do you mind if I post on YouTube? I recorded everything.
Oh, yeah, sure.
All right, thank you.
As long as I'm not making any weird faces.
Thank you.
When you first go in, it's like